Alright, well I've got the Z-axis saddle mounted. Everything looks good. It's really smooth. And at first I thought maybe it was kind of stiff, but I don't have any kind of lubrication on here or anything, and I did not lubricate the blocks yet, so still got to sort all that out. Everything bolts up really nice. I loosened up all the bolts and just had it real loose and lifted it up and let it come down, and it feels just the same, so I don't think there's any kind of binding or anything. One thing I do have to do is I have to remake this Z-axis ball nut because it's not long enough to hit the connector now because everything has been moved forward. So in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to be machining a new Z-axis ball nut. Now I had to narrow this down in the front here to get in between here. It wasn't an issue before, but now it is. And also had to extend it out about roughly 0.68. So now I just need to remachine it. I had expected that. I've also need to change this ball screw out with my ground ball screw, and I'll do that after I get the Z-axis ball nut mount made. And also I'm going to be disassembling the bearing block, and I'm going to be swapping that out. But we'll do that in the next video. So in this video we're just going to be kind of moving forward with the Z-axis, getting everything kind of buttoned up. I need to figure out some kind of lubrication. I'm going to be doing a grease lube system on this, and I think it's just going to be manual. I'm going to try to place a Zerk fitting somewhere that will spread out and feed the saddle as well as the ball nut, because this will be all connected. It should move up and down together, and then that way everything will get fed with the one Zerk fitting. But I got to just figure out where I'm going to place that. Let's get this Z-axis ball nut and get this machined out. Alright, well I've got my stock in the machine and set my zero to this corner, and we're going to be doing the machining. Most of the operations will be from this top side. We've got some boring, some thread milling, drilling. We're going to bore this center section here, doing some contour, and then when we get done with all of these operations we'll flip it over. So I've got my G-code set up here in Mach 3. We've touched off on the corner here. So let's get started. Okay, now we're doing a drilling operation to drill for our M6 holes to mount our ball nut.
For many men and can have serious side effects. A highly skilled physician is
Alright, now we're going to come back and we're just going to face off this top right here. Alright, that looks really good. Next operation, we're going to be doing some thread milling. This is an M6. Alright, want to check the threads, make sure they're good. Oh yeah, perfect. Alright, nice looking threads, turned out good. Alright, so now we just need to flip this part over and we're going to face it off and chamfer the other edges. Alright, I've got the stock flipped over. I've got a face mill in here. We're going to just face off this stock here and we're just going to do a chamfer. Alright, next operation, I'm just going to come around and chamfer all these corners. This is a 1/4 inch chamfer mill. The next setup is we're going to stand it up and we're going to do a groove here and we're going to bore and tap it. Okay, the last operation is we're going to just put a slot in here, then we're going to bore it and we're going to tap it. This will be for the connector for the saddle to slide into there, and there's an M6 screw that goes through there. Alright, we're going to bore our center hole for our M6 screw. Alright, next we're going to thread mill it with the M6 thread mill.
Absorbed each day from yours truly, the sun, and unleash it, discovering unforgettable moments. Explore a rich
looks good. Feels a little bit like it could be tightened up a little, but I think it'll be okay. And I may have to tap that out to M8. I probably will. Then our connector fits right here. Nice and tight. No back and forth move it. Side to side a little bit maybe. Down all the way. Okay. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to get it out of here and let's take a look at it. Alright, so here's the finished part. Looks pretty good. You can see that end mill, I'm not sure if those were from the steps or those marks are just from that particular end mill. It's a 1/2 inch end mill and the length of cut was just barely enough to get this. I really need to get a different, longer 3/8 end mill for this, but turned out really nice. Really happy. This is the original version and you can see it's got to be a little bit longer in order to hit the connector for the linear rail conversion. And since I had to make a new one, I just went ahead and rounded all this up and made it a little bit nicer looking. Really happy with overall the way it turned out. The thread milling turned out perfect, so really happy with that. I'm going to get this assembled. I've got to work on the bearing mounts. Those are going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be using tapered roller bearings instead of AC bearings in the bearing blocks. So in the next video we'll tackle that, and we'll just keep moving forward with the Z-axis column for the linear rail conversion. Guys, thanks for watching the video. If you're new to my channel and you're just now starting to watch some of my videos, please subscribe. That way anytime I post a new video you'll get a link sent to you, and if something you're interested in you can stop by and check it out. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and most importantly, be safe.